Let's be honest, you already know you should be creating more content. You've got the ideas. You've seen what consistent content can do. But between client work, constant to-dos, and juggling everything else, it just keeps slipping through the cracks. Here's the problem. While you're stuck in a daily grind, your competitors are using AI-powered content engines to pull ahead. Not to crank out junk, but to amplify their unique voice, publish like clockwork, and dominate every platform their audience touches. And if you're not doing the same, you're falling behind. In this video, I'm going to walk you through the content engine strategy we use with consultants, coaches, and creators to turn one piece of content into 100 without burning out. If you've been stuck in stop and start mode, this is how you break free. Here's the truth about 2025 and beyond. Your content is your marketing. It's your reputation, your traffic, your inbound leads, your authority, and your brand. And most importantly, it's the only scalable way to build trust without being glued to your screen 24/7. But content only works when it's consistent, strategic, and aligned with a system that supports your business without draining your time. That's why we focus on building a content engine, a repeatable system that helps you publish high-value content week after week without it taking over your life. And it all comes down to 4 pillars: strategy, systems, tools, and team. So let's start with strategy, the big picture. If your content plan lives in your head or changes every other week, it's not a strategy, it's a wish. The goal here is to move from random posting to a fully functioning content engine. So here's the content maturity model we use with clients to help them figure out where they are and where they want to be. Level 1 is random content publishing. A post here, a post there. You wake up excited one day to really get the content strategy going and you put a couple things out there and then life happens and it's another week or 2 or 3 before you post anything. That's level 1. Level 2 is consistent posting on one channel. So you may say, hey, I'm going to focus on LinkedIn for a while and I'm just going to be really consistent and post there every day or a couple times a week or whatever. And that's a great, improvement over level 1, but it's not yet where you want to be. Level 3 is repurposing one piece of content across all content channels. So that means recording one thing or creating one thing and then publishing it everywhere. If you're taking the time to create that one piece, getting broader distribution of it definitely makes sense. And that makes level 3 better than level 2. Beyond that, though, is level 4, repurposing and customizing content across all channels. Still means starting with that one core piece, but instead now you're going to repurpose it, but tailor it a little bit for each channel, change the format a little bit, maybe change the beginning and the end and things like that, just to make it map a little bit more to that specific network. That can still also be done very efficiently. The final step, level 5, is where most of the really large influencers are: dedicated channel specific content. So what that means is they may have a YouTube strategy and content specifically for YouTube, and then they may have another strategy and different set of content for LinkedIn and all of the other different channels out there. That's pretty far beyond the audience that I talk to, which is small to medium sized consultants, coaches, course creators, service businesses, and so forth. Most of them are not going to get to level 5. But most of you can get to level 4 a lot more efficiently than you think, and that's what we're going to cover next. So our goal is level 4. That's the sweet spot. One long-form piece of content each week, repurposed and customized into dozens of different assets and distributed everywhere that your audience shows up. This is where most of the successful, solo or smaller to medium-sized creators and consultants operate. It's not about doing more. It's about doing one thing strategically and turning it into many. Step 2 is systems to accomplish that. Strategy tells you what to do. Systems ensure it actually happens. Your system is the engine behind the scenes, running your content machine, even when you're busy with clients or stepping away. We break content creation down into 6 core processes: plan, create, edit, repurpose, publish, and promote. And then we systemize each one using this simple framework. First is figure it out. What are the exact steps and best practices that we want to do for that particular step? Write it out. Then we document them clearly in standard operating procedures. And then finally, automate and delegate it out. Hand off whatever doesn't require your voice and time to either AI, automations, or fractional team members. And even if you're doing it all solo right now, systemizing makes you more efficient and ready to scale the moment you bring in help. This is how you stop starting from scratch every week and start building real momentum. The third pillar is tools. This is where people get stuck, not because there's a lack of options, but because there are way too many. The key is to pick tools that align with your system, not distract from it. So here's how we match tools to each process. For planning, we use Notion with AI for content planning, scripting, and management. For creating, we use StreamYard, Ecamm, or Loom. Whatever helps you hit record consistently is the one you want to go with. For editing, to keep it simple, we use Descript. We recommend people start with that. Simple editing tool. We can edit video like a Word document. It'll clean up your video and audio and edit it. For repurposing, we also use Descript. Plus maybe tools like ChatGPT or Opus Clip to generate some of the short form assets from it. For publishing, we use High-Level for social media scheduling across all channels, for blog, for podcast. And then for promoting, we also use High-Level for email campaigns, comment automation, ads management, funnels, retargeting, and follow-up, and a bunch of other different things. Finally, pillar 4 is team and AI. So now let's talk about automation and delegation, because you shouldn't be doing it all. In fact, you should be doing almost none of it other than recording the raw content. Delegation doesn't always mean hiring expensive resources. In 2025, it often means hiring AI agents and virtual assistants. Here's the team model we use for our content engine execution. First is an editor. They polish your raw footage, edit the videos, add in all the graphics and assets and things like that, like you're seeing in this video. Then we have a repurposer, somebody that takes a look at the video and identifies the clips and quotes and assets to extract out of the long form video. They create the blog posts, create the reels, they pull quotes out and create all the different social media posts. Then finally, there's the scheduling role. They load everything and all those assets into the social media scheduling tool and basically add the captions and turn them into the actual posts that are going to go out. In many cases, AI can do 60 to 80% of each of those roles, or let us use less expensive resources that are augmented by AI. So with AI agents and an efficient team in place, your one raw recording is turned into dozens of different formats and assets, like YouTube long form videos, podcast episode, blog post, then short form assets like YouTube Shorts, Reels, and TikToks, and then various other shorter formats like stories or LinkedIn posts or carousels. All those different things are pulled out of that one initial recording that you're doing. The result? You stay focused on your original ideas, and your AI and VA team helps turn them into content assets that actually scale and drive business. So here's how to get started. Determine how much you can budget in time and money on content. Then choose whether you have to DIY or whether you can invest in done with you or done for you help. We have a service called the Content Engine with all three options: DIY, done with you, done for you, and there's a link below this video with more information. Now, whether you join ours or build your own content engine, here's how to start. First, time block one deep work session each week to create your core content, whether it's video, audio, or written. Then choose your medium. Go where your strength is, but aim to end with video because that has the most repurposing power. Then create once, distribute everywhere. Put it on YouTube, a blog, a podcast, then social media clips all over all the different channels. Document your processes so you can delegate or automate them later. Then leverage AI tools to clip, summarize, format, schedule, post, do as many things in the AI and automation as you can, and then delegate the rest. Once you have all that in place, schedule and repeat. A weekly rhythm beats one-time sprints every time. Once you get more mature at it, sure, maybe you'll dedicate a day a month and batch produce, 4 or 8 different pieces of content that get turned into all those different things. But for now, you want to just make sure you're getting at least 2 consistent weekly publishing. Now, if you follow this system, in 90 days, you'll have dozens of long form assets, hundreds of short form posts, a steady stream of content that builds trust, traffic, and authority. And most importantly, you'll have more time to focus on your clients, your growth, and your freedom. This is what the most successful online businesses are doing right now. They're not creating more content, they're creating smarter systems. They're using AI and fractional teams not to replace them, but to free them. And if you want to grow your authority, reach, and revenue without burning out, your next move isn't another platform. It's building a content engine that runs without you. If you want to see what this looks like in action, check out the next video where I break down how one piece of content can become 20 assets and 100 posts without hiring a big team. Let's start your content engine.